right, Jordan. Really exciting duel between you guys and SMSU. Came down to you there at the very end. Needed at least a major, and you got the fall. Can you just kind of walk us through your mindset coming in?
Yeah, I knew a decision wasn't going to get it done for that match. You know, we would have been tied and it would have gone to criteria. I believe total match points scored, you know, amongst both teams. And so we needed bonus there. That was a big focus going in. And Coach Forde's just been working with me and telling me how to get to that bonus, being a little more aggressive, you know, from the beginning, wearing on the guy, getting the takedown, shooting for a takedown each period. But fortunately, I was able to get him on his back in the second period.
Your preparation building up to this match this weekend, what did you see that you could take advantage against Jacob Dykes?
You know, we watched some film on him. You know, he was a little bit smaller than me, so just working on wearing on his head, kind of like I was trying to do in the first period, you know, trying to use my size and my conditioning to my advantage.
How confident are you in a situation like that? In your past, do you feel like you've gained confidence throughout your time here at Minot State? And do you embrace that kind of pressure that kind of situation puts on you?
Yeah, being a heavyweight, wrestling last, you have a lot of duels that can come down to you. I just try to stay calm during all of it, you know. I've definitely had my fair share of matches where I was the one that if I needed bonus, you know, to get the team win, and I've lost it. So I've been on both ends of it. So I just stayed focused, knowing that I've been in that situation before, and I knew I just needed to get the bonus to get it done tonight.
Talk about the moment on senior night, your final, you know, duel this year, regular season that is, to come out with a big victory. It's got to feel real good.
Yeah, we needed this win. We've been itching and pushing for it. I know the last couple weeks could have gone either way, but we ended up on the short end of the stick there with Moorhead and Mary, and we really needed one. It was a great way to send our seniors off as their last time wrestling in the Dome in their lives, and we were really pushing for it, and we really wanted it, and I think we were a completely different team tonight than what we saw even on week one of the season so far.
For you individually, how does tonight's performance kind of catapult you into the postseason, and how do you think it kind of leads into your preparation for that?
There's some momentum to build off of. I haven't been able to score bonus in my matches so far this year. They've been closer, so it was big to be able to know that I can when I need to. And so for the next 2 weeks, we're just going to be fine-tuning anything that we see that we can improve on, and looking to have a solid run at that region tournament.
Talk about some of your teammates. Lincoln Stormer got another victory. Nathan Baca, another win for him in impressive fashion. Talk about the way they've been.
Yeah, that was awesome. Lincoln is never out of a match, even though he was down early. By getting taken down, he just fights and wears on guys, and he has great conditioning. He's a hard worker, and so he's able to stay in those matches where we needed him there. And then with Baca, I think those were some great mat returns from him. He's always going to wrestle physical. Like you said, if he's going to use the effort to pick the guy up, he's going to make it count. So that was huge for his match as well.
All right, thanks, Jordan.
Thanks.
Coach, we talked about it yesterday, how you're going to have a close match pretty much every night here in the NSIC, and the last couple didn't go your way, but tonight Jordan Will stepped up big there in the heavyweight duel, or in the heavyweight match. We'll start with that one. What kind of pressure were you feeling as a coach? What kind of pressure do you think he was feeling as a team, as a wrestler going in?
You know, probably a lot, but Jordan's really used to that situation. He's been in that same situation a bunch of times. He was in that situation last week. And we didn't maybe have as good of a handle on what the match point criteria was going to come down to last week. Well, we knew it this week, what we needed to do. We had to win by 5 or more there. And so, like I had kind of gone through with Jordan, we're going to need one takedown per period, or we're going to need to get a turn. We're going to need to get him on his back. And so he did a really nice job getting the reversal to his back and catching the guy on his back, and then he was really patient there going to get the fall. So I've always said all along that if we can have a dual meet in this league come down to Jordan Will, we'll take that every time.
In your preparation for this duel, seeing tonight, all the big things weighing on the shoulders of your guys, what did you tell them in practice leading up to today?
Well, I just said, hey, we all feel that we're a better team than what our record shows. And so we have to go out. This is our last chance to make a statement as a dual meet team. Now we can still go make a statement as individuals, and there's a team score involved in the region tournament, but it's a whole lot different, wrestling dual meets. And so we really knew we had to come out of here with a win tonight, and we're a couple points away, a couple wins away from being, right up near the top of the conference this year. And so it would have sure hurt to finish without a win there. So we just knew how important it was. And one thing I told them is that we haven't had a dual meet where all 10 guys went and really wrestled well, and I think we had that tonight. Even the guys that lost. Logan Fisher, has been a 25-pounder. He had a good win last week and had a really tough opponent this week. He was in some tight spots there where I think a cradle and a headlock where it was not far off from getting a fall there, and he did a heck of a job fighting off his back. Just some really really gutsy wrestling. Noe Garcia, we put him in kind of as a last-second move. And he was neck and neck there with the Southwest guy who was Ryan, who was number 2 in the region right now, nationally ranked, national qualifier last season, and we pushed him to the end and gave him a heck of a match there. So, just those are just a couple examples. We had a better effort out of Noah Gallardo tonight. He was really in that match in a position to win. So, I feel, up and down the lineup, tonight our guys really wrestled with intensity and wrestled with a lot of heart. Alex Sandoval, to me is one of the big heroes of the day for us. I believe that was probably his first college start, at least, I think first conference start for us here. Had a really big win for us tonight. That was pretty special. So, we know Oscar's always going to be solid. Baca, Stormer, those guys are going to be solid for us. It was tough seeing Keegan take a loss on senior night, with being undefeated this year, but his teammates had his back tonight and went and got the job done. So there's a lot to be proud of, from that effort tonight.
You mentioned Keegan's loss there at 184, and coming into tonight's match, you talked about how that was going to be a key match, and Caden Steffen, was his opponent. He's ranked in the region. Quality opponent there. How does Keegan bounce back and catapult himself into the postseason?
He'll use this as motivation, and he's a guy that's going to really learn from this. He learns from his wins, but he's going to really learn from his losses, and he'll be in watching film. He'll be one of the first guys in watching film here in the next over the next few days and weeks, and he's going to look at the mistakes he made and he'll look to fix them. And he's a real leader in that sense, and it was a tough matchup style-wise too, I think, a little bit. And Caden Steffen's certainly no slouch. He was high school national champion, transfer from the University of Minnesota, and we knew that was going to be a tough match for him. So I know it hurt a little bit extra, I think, being on senior night, but we're sure proud of everything he's done for our program, and he's gonna go into the region tournament with a chip on his shoulder. I know it. So
talk about those seniors briefly. I mean, Keegan, you just mentioned but let's talk about the group as a whole. What do you
Sure.
wish for them going forward?
Yeah, well, I mean, I just know these guys this group is going to be successful in life. They just really have, they're just quality people, just good people that, you know. And I guess one thing I'll say about this is the group I kind of consider my first real recruiting class here. And you know, Dean Arvalo and Zach Berry are really a part of this class. They just never redshirted, so they graduated last year. And so, you know, we've done our program is completely different than it was, you know, 5 years ago. And these guys, you know, the biggest thing they did as a group is they helped us change the culture here. And we're one thing we're really proud of is the culture we've built here, the family atmosphere. These guys have each other's backs. They, you know, pretty much do everything together. And they are, you know, even those seniors that weren't on the mat tonight, they're a big part of making this, you know, this change as a program and helping us continue to develop and get better each year. So they're pretty proud of this win tonight too.
What happens here moving forward for the guys? Postseason coming up. What's preparation look like? How's that all work?
Yeah, it's going to be, you know, the big difference this year is we're not used to wrestling more than one match in a day. And now we have 2 weeks to prepare for wrestling 5 or 6 matches in a day. So we have to make a little bit of a shift in our training. It's going to be a challenge, but it's going to be a challenge for every team in the region. So we've got some, you know, a plan moving forward on how we're going to do that, and that's going to be a big part of it. And then the other thing is you start to shift your mentality from you know, we still care about the team and the team points we're scoring and where our team finishes at the region, but you shift your mentality to being a little bit more selfish and thinking about yourself, what you're going to do to improve, and what you can do, because the best thing you can do in an individual tournament like that is go and have your best tournament as an individual. And you know, if everyone does that, the team score works itself out. Right now, these guys have put so much into their season, into their career, and it's time to go and take care of themselves here for a change and try to break through to that national tournament.